Ask and you shall receive. Let's make a Louise Carmen insert. This method, while not the greatest method, uses some tools that you might have at your house already. So hopefully that makes this a little easier for you. I've had this cardstock for a really long time, so I'm glad that I can finally put it to use somewhere. The Louise Carmen sizing is roughly 10 inches by 9 inches, give or take. Like I said, this is not a precise process. Once I had the cover cut roughly to size, I moved on to putting on the fancy part of the cover. I got it from Hiromi Paper in Los Angeles. You should see a video of that on my page, hopefully soon. And then I got to gluing on the cover once I had it cut out of the larger piece of paper it came from. So far, everything has been pretty simple, nothing too difficult. And then I like to make the inside of my cover pretty, so I picked another piece of paper that I got from Hiromi Paper to kind of bring the cover together. I'd been wanting to go to Hiromi Paper for a while, so I did kind of go ham when I went. Anyway, back to the stupid paper cutter. Do not buy this paper cutter. It does not cut straight. I have been having so many problems with that, and honestly, it's half the reason why this is such a difficult process, because it's not a good paper cutter. But anyway, now the cover is finally about to be done. It looks so good and pretty. I love the color combination. And now we get to go into the inside. So again, not a precise process. This is the best that I could do with my Tomoe River paper, trying to keep it straight. I actually messed up the stapling and had to redo it. So fun fact about this video. And then remember, when you fold something like this, it's not gonna be straight. I didn't promise you a straight notebook. I promised you a Louise Carmen insert that'll fit into your Louise Carmen. So anyway, finished that up, and then it got to chopping again. This was actually really difficult and probably the hardest part of the process because my paper cutter sucks, it doesn't cut straight, and it couldn't cut through all of the paper, which was kind of difficult. So I ended up having to go in and trim some off with my scissors. About 10 pieces of paper usually worked, and then I finally gave up and decided I should just do this without the cover, and it finally worked. So then, let's do a little test, see if it fits into my Louise Carmen, because I've had some problems with some where they're too tall or too short or too wide. So let's stick that baby in there and see if the thing shuts and fits just right. Not only is it a pretty notebook, but it fits pretty well into my Louise Carmen. I'd call that a success.